Hello, man of word, we truly appreciate that you joined us. We are glad that we can support you in your further development. Today's topic is about 3 lessons that everyone should learn from JK Rowling. So, let's begin. Welcome to amanofword.com, the most refreshing network in the business world. Why you should pay close attention to this? 1. You will understand that your true value is something hard to hide. 2. You will make a habit of not giving up. And 3. You will understand that success is a decision. Hey, men of word, in our today's episode we will discuss about a woman of word, a woman that has made herself a promise when she was a child. She told herself that she will be a novel writer and that exactly she becomes. If you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about the latest videos. You will learn these 3 lessons. Believe in your dream, make the decision to be successful, get into action. Let's dive in. Lesson 1, believe in your dream. In a 1998 interview, JK Rowling said, "Certainly the first story I ever wrote down, when I was 5 or 6, was about a rabbit called Rabbit. He got the measles and was visited by his friends, including a giant bee called Miss Bee. And ever since Rabbit and Miss Bee I have wanted to be a writer." At just 11, she wrote her first novel, of 7 Cursed Diamonds and the People Who Owned Them. In a speech for Harvard University in 2008, Rowling said, "I was convinced that the only thing I wanted to do, ever, was to write novels. As you see, all have started from childhood, all have started with a dream. Everything you will accomplish in this life will start with just a dream." Let's remind ourselves of the words of Walt Disney, who said, "If you can dream it, you can do it." JK Rowling saw it in her mind, knew it from her childhood, dreamed it first, and today we all can say that she really did it. Lesson 2, make the decision to be successful. After graduating from university, Rowling had several jobs, including working as a bilingual secretary and researcher at Amnesty International's London offices. She then moved to Manchester, where she worked for the Chamber of Commerce. Also, she has a teacher in Portugal for a while, but all these jobs don't represent her. However, she still enjoyed writing and she did this in her spare time. Paulo Coelho said, "Whenever you want to achieve something, keep your eyes open, concentrate and make sure you know exactly what it is you want. No one can hit their target with their eyes closed." And that's exactly what JK does as she relates, "I stopped pretending to myself that I was anything other than what I was, and began to direct all my energy to finish the only work that mattered to me." In that moment of her life, she went from the initial stage, from the stage of dreaming to become a writer, to the stage that really changed her life, the stage of decision. She decided that that's what she really wants. She decided that that's what she will become, and she has started to direct one's efforts towards her goal. Lesson 3, don't give up. In 1990, after her train was delayed, JK has started to create a book that was about a boy who found out he was a wizard and was sent off to wizard school. JK Rowling spent a total of 6 years writing Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, but that period was the hardest period of her entire life. She was a single and unemployed mother at that time. She has applied for welfare benefits to take care of her 1-year-old daughter. Rowling has said about that part of her life following words, "An exceptionally short-lived marriage had imploded, and I was jobless, a lone parent, and as poor as it is possible to be in modern Britain, without being homeless. The fears that my parents had had for me, and that I had had for myself, had both come to pass, and by every usual standard, I was the biggest failure I knew. That period of my life was a dark one, and I had no idea that there was going to be what the press has since represented as a kind of fairy tale resolution. I had no idea then how far the tunnel extended, and for a long time, any light at the end of it was a hope rather than a reality." Her first book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, got rejected 12 times in the same year. Sometimes, there are moments in our life that make us feel that despite all the efforts we put in, nothing comes out. There are days when all we ever encounter are roadblocks, preventing us from moving forward. The moments when our dreams seem to be impossible to reach, moments that make us wonder if we should carry on fighting for those dreams. There are a lot of people that are giving up after the first try, after the second try, just because of the opinion of a teacher, the opinion of their parents, the opinion of a friend. If you know that you are on the right path, if you know that what you do defines you, don't give up. Whenever someone tells you that you cannot do it, remember the words of Ray Goforth: "There are 2 types of people who will tell you that you cannot make a difference in this world, those who are afraid to try and those who are afraid you will succeed." JK Rowling has got her first novel published after her 12th attempt. By March of 1999, 300,000 copies were sold in the UK. And now over 500 million copies of JK Rowling's Harry Potter series have been sold, making it the all-time best-selling book series. On its own, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone has sold more than 120 million copies. The Harry Potter movies currently are the highest grossing film series ever. And JK Rowling is the first author to earn more than $1 billion. This year alone she earned an estimated $54 million from books, movies, theme parks, and stage productions. A piece of advice from JK Rowling is to not be afraid to fail. You have to fail in order to evolve, and even if it is painful, failure is necessary. Let's notice the words of Rowling. You might never fail on the scale I did, but some failure in life is inevitable. It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case, you fail by default. Failure gave me an inner security that I had never attained by passing examinations. Failure taught me things about myself that I could have learned no other way. I discovered that I had a strong will and more discipline than I had suspected. I also found out that I had friends whose value was truly above the price of rubies. When we read a story about successful people, it's easy to think they are born with skills, ideas that we don't have. It is easy to assume that they are lucky and we are not. But that's never the case. They were willing to work hard, and they were persistent, and that was enough. The only thing holding you back is you and your willingness to try. As a bonus for you, we've selected 3 things that you didn't know about JK Rowling and will help you further to get a little more motivation. Fact number 1, small beginnings. The first print of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was just 1,000 copies. Isn't that difficult to even imagine? Fact number 2, books on books on books. If you'd add up the numbers now, you'd find that the 7 Harry Potter books have collectively sold about 500 million copies around the world. Just think. It all started with 1,000 units. Fact number 3, losing out to Putin. Rowling was the runner-up for Time's title of Person of the Year in 2007, losing to Russia's Vladimir Putin. What are the best things to remember from this article? 1. Never give up. Really, never give up. 2. If you are very good at something, don't keep it to yourself. And 3. Make a habit of improving yourself. Because we get to the end of this, we want to know. What is your favorite fact about JK Rowling? And what is the most valuable lesson that you learned today? Until next time, thank you for watching until the end. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell button to be notified for every new learning opportunity. And always remember, man of word, be aware of the person that you can become.